and we're gonna create a class, and then we're gonna take that class to create an object. All right, so that's it. Let's start with our very first class. So think about a class as just being a representation of a real world or anything that you can imagine. There could be a class for animals, there could be a class for cars, there could be a class for people, there could be a class for food, for meals, for customer, for patients. There could be a class for really anything that you can come up. All right, now what we're gonna do here is to write a program that is going to handle cars for us. Let's say we're a car dealership as an example. We have different kind of cars and we want to figure out the prices for that car. So what we're going to do is introduce this concept of a class, and we're going to create a class of car. All right, so the way we do that is we simply start with class. All right, and we give it a name. Actually, we'll give it a name, vehicle. Very, very simple. Unlike functions where we have this, right? For a class, we don't have that yet. We'll simply call it class, and we give it a name called vehicle. Now, this class has certain characteristics. Let me zoom in again. All right, that we want to give to this class. And what do those characteristics look like? All right, a vehicle could maybe have a name. All right, that's legitimate. A vehicle could have what? It could have a kind of a vehicle, or maybe call it model of that vehicle. That's totally fine, right? Actually, let's call a vehicle kind, because model is a little bit different. Let's call it car. All right, and the vehicle could have what other characteristic can the vehicle have? It could have a color. All right, and we can give that color to be something. We can give it a value. What else are the attributes of a vehicle? What else are the characteristics of a vehicle? What else is unique to a vehicle? And so attributes are what we're basically defining to this class of a vehicle. So a vehicle could have what? A color. We've seen the color. It could have a value, right? Value which could be price, and that value could be, say, $100, and we can call this price. All right, and we can go on. It could have value is not spelled correctly. It could have many more things, right? We can go ahead and say it could have transmission, and we can say what kind of transmission it has, right? We can set all of that. We can talk about does it have a roof, a moon roof, right? Does it have a four-wheel drive, right? We can go ahead and specify all the attributes that we want to define this class. So that's basically what the class is. It's simply take any object that you want. It could be person. If I was defining a class for a person, I would say class person, and I'll ask, what does a person have? What are the attributes of a person? The person has an eye color, eye size, mouth, lips, hand, race, clothes that they have on, income, right? Whatever it is that you want for your class, you can go ahead and define that, and those are your attributes for those class. Now, in Python, a class has attributes, but in addition to that, all right, it also has methods. All right, and we can define. We saw in previous modules how we define functions. We can also define those functions within classes, but if you define a function within a class, it's simply called a method. So let's go ahead and define a simple function here within this class, and we're going to call that function vehicle description. All right, let's just call this vehicle description, and we'll pass it as self. All right, that's automatic within Python. Okay, so don't worry about self. It's just simply talking about the self is that this is the car. This particular car is what we're dealing with. So let's just set something here. We're gonna print the description of that vehicle to the screen. So let's just do some quick string manipulations here. All right, we're already familiar with working with strings, so basically, you know, I'm gonna set a couple of placeholders here. All right, and one more placeholder to be set up here. So let's do $, and that dollar would be to F. All right, and now since we're doing string placeholders, we're gonna pass in the actual values now. So this is just basic string manipulation. If you're not familiar with this, guys, go ahead and watch my videos on string. So we're gonna pass in name of the car. So it's gonna take the name here and it's gonna put it in here. So name is S, and then that S would be we're gonna put in self.color. All right, and then at the end we're gonna put in self.kind, and then we're gonna put in self.value. So we're gonna simply take those attributes of a car and print them to the screen. And at the very end, once we've set description, we're gonna return that description. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. We've talked about this concept of a generic abstract car that just imagine any car, right? Nothing has been specific yet. The car could have a name. It could, it could be actually a generic vehicle. We know vehicle is more than a car. A vehicle is any moving thing. It could be a car, it could be a lorry, it could be a truck, but in this case we're working with a car. So that's why the kind of vehicle is a car. All right, and then it could have a color. We don't know what the color is. It could have a name. We don't know what the name is. It could have a value. Well, in this case we're giving an initial value, but we don't know that yet. We're simply just putting placeholders, and those placeholders are called attributes. Okay, attributes. Now we've defined this function within this class, which is a method. And that function is just simply going to take all those attributes of a car and it's going to print them on the screen, and it's going to simply say, all right, whatever the name of that car is, and the worth, it's going to print that on the screen. It's going to take the name of the car is worth so and so money. All right, it's going to print that for us on the screen. Guys, this is at bare minimum the definition of a class. So a class is just an abstract entity. Abstract, all right, very abstract, an abstract entity. Now, what if we want to actually get a specific car? Now, this is where we have to instantiate the class. All right, if this doesn't make sense, just bear with me. So we need to instantiate that class, and the way we instantiate the class is very simple. All right, so let me put to get an object. All right, the way we instantiate the class is very simple. So what we do here is we can have a new a variable or a new object in here. We call it car1. All right, and that car1 will be of class vehicle. All right, so we've just simply said there is this car, which is a vehicle, but again we don't know what that car is. But for us to start specifying what that car is, we need to start providing the details of that car. All right, so this is an object. An object, let me actually write that out. Car1 is an object. All right, this is a class. This is an object. So basically, an object is an instance of a class. That's it. An object is an instance of a class. All right, if you can just keep repeating it over and over and over again, all right, an object is an instance of a class, an object is an instance of a class, an object is an instance of a class. That's basically what it is. Took me a while for this to click. All right, a class is just a description, generic, nothing has been done yet. Now, once you go and set some value to say equals to this, and once you say vehicle, this parenthesis was simply initiating it. So now we're ready to get a specific vehicle. Now we can go ahead and say car1 dot, right? You see, it gives us, let me go back here, dot, you see, it gives me this attribute, right? Value, color, or value, kind, color, name, and the object here is, the class here is vehicle. All right, so it's asking me, you can actually now specify the details of this car that you're trying to create. So think about us, we're trying to create a brand new car, right? So what is the value of that car? What is the name of that car? What is the color of that car that you're trying to create? This is now an object that can actually exist because you're telling me what the value is, what the kind is, and then I can say, all right, this is something that actually exists. It's not just longer a generic concept of a car. All right, so I can say car.name, right? Give it a name. And the name we can give will be, of course, Toyota, one of my favorite cars, right? It could be a Toyota. All right. So now, not only do we have an object with we're now specifying the values of that object. All right. We can say car.car1, since we're still dealing with car1 dot color equals, and we can give it a color here, red. All right, so we're instantiating specific values of that car. So in here we had the attributes. We just defined, God, I didn't even spell attributes correctly. Attributes, I guess that's correct. So we just simply put in placeholders, but now we're specifying details of that car. All right, and this is now an object. So this is no longer a class. This is an instance. So let me write this here. An object is an instance of a class. All right, repeat this as many times as you want to understand it, guys. Once you understand this, there's no going back. Times 1 million, right? You repeat it times 1 million times is so that it sticks. An object is an instance of a class. The day that this clicked in my head, guys, I literally went on my knees and I prayed to the Lord and thanked him for making me understand this. All right, this is what people struggle with a lot. The people that I see struggling with programming is just understanding this, and the moment they get it, that's like easy. Everything after that is easy. So now let's continue. Car 1 is a vehicle, but we don't only have to create car 1. We can create many kind of cars. Let's go ahead and create car 2. All right, and car 2 is what? It's still a vehicle. All right, but now we can set car 2. What's the name of car 2? We can put any name. We can say, what do we want car 2 to be? We want it to be a Honda. All right, car 2 the color. Let's do car 2 the name equals Honda. Car 2 the color equals what? Let's make it blue. But we don't need only car 2. We can go ahead and create car 3. All right, and still a vehicle. All right, so now you can instantiate as many objects of that class, right? That's the power of classes. Car 3 the name equals what? I know Tesla these days is very popular. So for those Tesla electric fans, we gotta put something out there, and we're gonna get car 3. Then what else were we setting? The color equals black. All right, and so guys, now you can instantiate as many objects of that classes and give them different attributes and change all these attributes to match that. All right, so let's try something. Let's go ahead now and print on the screen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna print car 1. All right, that's the first object, remember, and we're gonna print the color of, or let's print the color of car 1. Car 1 the color. All right, and then let's actually just run this and see what it prints, because we've set the color to red. So let's print car 1 that color. See, it tells us red. All right, in here this class didn't have any color, but we've created an object. We said the color is red to this particular attribute, and once we print it, it gives us red. Now if I say something else, I want to say car 1. Guess what? I can print the colors of the car, or I can access the methods within that class. All right, so I can access this method. We saw how we can call functions, right? I can access the function. Remember, a method is simply a function inside our class. That's basically what a method is, a function inside the class. So if I access this function inside this class, I can access it like the way we normally call functions. But all in that case I need to do is I have to tell what the object is, and that object is car 1, and I can say dot vehicle description, and I can access that function. All right, and now I can say car 1, tell me your vehicle description. Right, so it's gonna call that function to tell me the vehicle description. There is no parameter here. Self is not considered a parameter, so just imagine that self is not a parameter. You can add parameters, but self is not a parameter. All right, I can explain that into more details, but that's for a more advanced concept. So just always assume that self is just something you have to put there. Now, if I say car1.vehicle description, and if I run this, guys, see what happens. It gives me an issue. I feel like we're missing something here. And what is it? Are we missing? In the space. Let's try this one more time. All right, let me just check to be sure what my syntax is a little bit off. So printing that. And this is why programming is fun, guys. Sometimes you run into issues. Let's do this one more time here. All right, because I didn't have enough parameters. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that makes sense. That dollar. All right, 12. All right, okay, let's try that. There you go. All right, I was missing one parameter here. You gotta be careful as we're typing this very fast. Okay, so what we've done here is simply said print vehicle.description. Now it's gonna access this method for this particular class, and it's gonna print the name, the color, and we're passing in the name, the color, the kind, the value, and we'll print it down on the screen. And so here it says Toyota is a red car worth $100. All right, very, very powerful, guys. This is an instance of a class. Now we had a different class. I can go ahead and print car 2, car 3, right? Those cars now have different attributes because an object exists separate from the class. Remember, here we are dealing now with an object. We're no longer just dealing with a class. An object is an instance of a class. So first, we have to instantiate that class, set the values, and once we've done that, we have an object. So if I go ahead and run this, so you can see Toyota is a red car worth that. Honda is a blue car worth this. Tesla is a black car worth this. Now, these are objects that we've created, and we're simply printing out the attributes of that object. Guys, very, very, very powerful. All right, if you wanted to change the value of that class, we can go ahead and change it. Nothing stops us from saying car1 dot value, even though we said the value that equals 10,000 as an example. We can go ahead and say car2 the value equals 3,000 and keep the previous one as such. All right, so we can always change any attribute within that class. All right, guys, so very, very powerful, very, very powerful. I hope this makes sense, because guys, in programming, I say this from that position of me sitting in front of my IDE and hearing class and object and really not having any idea what it was. I hope this kind of gives you an idea. I hope this kind of really explains it and breaks it down for you. All right, guys, so just to recap, a class is just an abstract entity with attributes and methods. That's basically it. We can go into things like constructors and other things that we might have to deal with, but for now, don't even worry about those terms. Just worry about what are the attributes of the class, what are the methods available in that class. Now, once you have that, we can now go into, all right, there is this class. How can I instantiate that class? Instantiating means, how can I create an object from that class? And the way you do it is simply just say, set any value and equals to the name of the class in brackets. That's it. If the constructor of the class, I hate to use constructor here, but it's a very important term coming down the line. If the constructor has parameters, then you pass in those parameters for the constructors. If it doesn't, like the way I have it here, just put the name of the class in brackets, right? In open and close brackets, and then you can set any of the parameters and you can call any method within that class, like the way we did. All right, so there you have it, defining a class. Now I'm going to cancel all of this because it's gonna take us into the next module that we're gonna look at for this. First of all, the module